After an incredible day 2 in the monthly final qualifications where we saw big teams like Reply Totem and Nova Esports fail to qualify in EMEA, it's now time to predict who are going to be the winners in every region for the April monthly finals. Let's start in Region 1, East Asia. In the quarters, it's going to be pretty straightforward for Zeta Division and Crazy Raccoon, but a little harder to judge for the other two. Between SKC and Reject, both teams have been hot and cold in the monthlies, but since SK beat Reject in the upper bracket for day 2, and SKC haven't even dropped a set in the upper bracket, I'm going to give them the slight edge on this one. For Fennel vs Rival, it gets a little tighter. You see, Fennel beat Crazy Raccoon in month 1, reached the grand finals, only failing to Zeta Division, but then they did fail to qualify for month 2. On the other hand, Rivals have made both monthly finals but have only reached the semis. It's really a coin flip, but I'm going to give it to Fennel on this one. I think they have what it takes to go far in East Asia. Even with a 1 month slip, they are still 3rd in the leaderboard, which is kind of insane. And they have the experience of Kenji alongside 2 promising rookies that could brew up a storm in East Asia. From there, we have Zeta versus SKC. I think we all know who to vote for here. But then we have Crazy Raccoon versus Fennel, another really close one. Like I said earlier, Fennel have beaten Crazy Raccoon before, but this was before global bans were introduced. Last month, we could see how well Crazy Raccoon improved thanks to global bans, helping them win in the March monthly finals, and I think it's going to happen again. So I'll give Crazy Raccoon the win against Fennel here, but not too confidently. I think Fennel will show up and surprise everyone here, but it just won't be enough this time. But in the future, I might give them the edge. And for the grand finals, I don't get too analytical because both teams have won a grand finals each, but they've only faced each other once, and that was the time Crazy Raccoon won against Zeta, so I will be backing them up this month as well. So those are my East Asia predictions. I'm fairly confident with them. Maybe Fennel will surprise us, but I think I have a decent chance of getting most of them right. Now on to EMEA. The quarters are fairly straightforward. Humble win against Big Talents, SK should win against Navi, but can never tell with SK to be honest. Foot Esports will beat Foot Academy, and Heretics will beat Madrid. In the semis, we have Humble probably beating whoever they face in the semis, so SK or Navi, but I won't be surprised if it was a close 3-2 game as well, like last month's semis. And Foot will definitely win against Heretics. Again, another Humble versus Foot finals. These are the 2 biggest teams right now in EMEA, and it's just really close. Now technically Foot have won more sets against Humble in grand finals, only by 1 though, but then looking at Humble's recent comms videos and drafting, in my opinion, I don't think they've ever looked better this year. It's really a coin flip, but I will be backing Humble. Definitely not because I'm biased, but because I do think they can get back-to-back monthly win this time. And that's EMEA done. So we skip 1 week and we head into South America. South America is an interesting region. Last month was absolutely crazy, with predictions flying all over the place and proving everyone wrong. So I'm going to try and predict against the unpredictable, if you like. One thing to know here is that in the first quarterfinals, we see this new team, which I'm just not going to pronounce because I'll probably butcher it. But they are actually the roster from New Heights Gaming last month. They had a whole org change and it's really confusing, and honestly, it's too much for my small brain. Editing Kaiju here. The whole thing is a little confusing in this graph from the official Brawl Stars Esports. So it's not Le Mantes or whatever they were called. I think they are called Bounty Hunters, even though the teams for New Height Gaming, I think they've just taken over the previous org or whatever. So the top team are the same roster from New Heights Gaming, I think under the Bounty Hunters name. And then there's the second Bounty Hunters team, which was the original Bounty Hunters. Really confusing. Just keep following because it's the same teams if you're following the predictions. Yeah, I really hate it, but I'll talk about that in a future video. Anyway, just keep following. It's the same teams, just changing names. But just know that this new team, which I'm just going to refer to as NHG, will probably smash through Acre Lovers. Bounty Hunters will probably be SKC, the South American team, not the East Asia team, by the way. Eternal will hope to make a comeback by beating Odyssey. And I think Olimpo squad will beat Loud, which is very controversial because Louds are the favourite every time and they should win. But something tells me Olimpo squad are just going to make an upset in the quarterfinals number 4. They looked very strong last month and I think they will have they will only have become stronger this month and could be loud in a reverse sweep potentially. I'm just trying to predict the unpredictable here in South America. But from the semis, I think New Heights Gaming should be Bounty Hunters, given that they have done so in month 1 already. And I think Olympus Squad will be Eternal. And honestly, in the grand finals, I think Olympus Squad will just take it all. They look really sharp. And maybe I'm rooting for them too much here, but I don't know, there was just something I saw last month in them. And I just really think they could make it. Maybe I'm completely wrong. My second guess would have to go to New Heights Gaming, I think. Eternal kind of dropped off last month, but New Heights Gaming, they look very strong. So they would be my seconds, but I'm going to give Olympus Squad the underdog backing here. And now we're on to our final region, North America. Good old, boring North America. Until now, Team Electros, Zeus Esports and Onirelem will all comfortably win their quarters. No question about it really. Maybe Zeus versus Fatic, but I don't really see it happening to be honest. But now Tribe versus STMN. Wow, that is actually going to be the biggest game in this month. Because both of these teams are so big in North America and they are desperate for Brawl Cup. Whoever loses here won't make Brawl Cup, and the team that wins here need to win the grand finals to make it, to even have a chance of making it to Brawl Cup. It's really, really tight. And look, I don't like Tribe. I will give them my vote for the quarterfinals. Before this, I was thinking STMN might surprise us, but I just don't see it happening given that they've missed a month already. So Tribe should be the 4th team making it to the semi-finals. Into the semi-finals, I think Team Electros will get a narrow victory against Zeus. And then we have Onirelem versus Tribe. This was previously the grand final of March, and we're getting into the semi-final in April. And I'm going to pick Onirelem for this one. They have the experience, they have the stamina, and their drafting just looks so much more secure than Tribes. Wouldn't say it's amazing drafting, but I think it's better than Tribes. So unless Tribe have changed how they approach drafting, I am going to stick with Onirelem. And into our grand finals, we have Team Electros versus Onirelem. Both teams have both won in North America monthly finals. They haven't faced each other yet as far as I'm aware of, and it really is another coin flip. Me personally, I think Electros have what it takes. They've got the younger talent, meaning they do lack experience, but I think they're more adaptable to the changes. Whereas Onirelem have picked brawlers from old metas, and I don't think they fully adapted to this new, rapidly growing, developing meta. So Team Electros have my backing for North America. And that is all my predictions. Look, esports is really hard to predict. Stats and scrims mean nothing. What only matters is what happens in these monthly final games. And look, these predictions, and we won't know until the weekends how good these predictions line up. Hopefully I can get above 50% of these correct. And I'll do a community post to get my results and to get your feedback as well, to see how well each of us do. But those are my predictions. Let me know what yours are in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck, and I'll see you all later, Spanlings. Bye.